Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, B Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab, in the book. Ooh, I got some nice right now. We talking about civilization and why they fall. That's what we going. That's the lesson today. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the stories for life. I give you life lessons. Y'all tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka you know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. And I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I get through, because that's what I do. Hey, it's rhetorical, but if you had to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, so you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. We've been talking about civilizations, the rise and fall. I gave you what makes a civilization, the cause of civilization to fall. I wrote that down. Now I'm going to tell you the cause of the fall of civilization. How about that? I ended up with telling you about, breaking it down, where did they go wrong? Question civilization asked, where did they go wrong? Now we got a guy named Albert Schweitzer. He was born in 1875, died in 1965. He got 90 years out. He's a German-born. Watch this. Now, back in the day, you can be anything. He's a theologian. He's a philosopher. A musicologist, don't know what that is. A medical missionary, don't know who that is. A nobleman, I know what that is, Masons, okay? Was one of the first Western scholars to what? To examine the issues of civilization and the causes for its downfall. Okay, let's go. As well as the means for its maintenance. If you maintain it, remember, the infinite, the reciprocity sign, that means one gives, one receives. And when one gives, the other receives. When you got that harmony, things will continue. When that harmony is broken, you're going to have problems. But now, when they said that he was a missionary, meaning he was a doctor of medical, a doctor in Africa. I got you. On a missionary, okay, I get it now. Okay, I get it. Now he was a medical missionary. Cool. And prior to that, after the First World War, he gained valuable experiences, while treating the sick there in Africa, Now he would doubtless have had occasions to experience, you ready for this? Now here we go. The misery that was imposed on the African people due to the colonization system. Christianity, They came and colonized the people and they wonder how to, moving on, I ain't got time for that. But also, he would have experienced the African concept of what they call Ubuntu. That's humanity, and caring for the family as a group. That's what their culture is. The civilization lost track of that, obviously. And so from 1917 to 1918, Switzer, who was a German national, he was incarcerated in France. Every time somebody speak out against power that be, they end up going to jail. It ain't changed. It's still the same thing going on today. What the hell is that about? But you tell we got free speech, freedom of speech. We talk against you, we go get locked up. Moving on, that makes no sense. But which was at war, French was at war with Germany. Now, during this period, he wrote 2 volumes, which became projected philosophical study of civilization and was called the decay and the restoration of civilization and civilization and ethics. Both both 1923. But these volumes were concerned with what? Ethical thought in history. Schweitzer maintained that the modern civilization is now even in decay. Why? Because it lacks the will to love. We in a cold world. If you ain't got money, you ain't got nothing. Ain't no love, ain't no compassion, ain't no empathy, none of that. None of that. Everybody, gimme, mine. I gotta get mine. Okay, now as a solution to this problem, which was lack of love, he suggested what? That the society should develop. You ready? Here, well, this is apropos. Philosophy. Damn a religion. Practice, institute a philosophy that everybody can practice across the board like our ancient Egyptians did. Okay? It's a system that works for everybody. And develop a philosophy, right thing preferably, based on what he termed reverence for what? For life. Egyptians knew that. Y'all think that they loved death. No, they knew that it was a life after death. Death wasn't the end of life. It was a cycle of life. They knew that. Moving on. But we hear death and get scared to death. Why? This physical body has an expiration date. Moving on. That's why. But our ancients had reverence for life, and by embracing it with what? You ready? Compassion for who? For all. Think about that. A society where everybody had compassion and love and respect for all. Where did they do that at? Our ancients did it. Ain't nobody duplicated yet. Why? Because once they corrupted it, it was never the same. Okay, moving on. But it is interesting to take note that what Schweitzer solution, a return to love. We done tried everything. I told y'all before. I say we go with the knowledge now. Why? We need to know. We need to know ourselves. Love. It was a good idea. Love got us in this position. Okay, but love is what? Is the primary concept behind the African philosophies of Ubuntu. Caring for humanity. And you ready for this one? And Maya. Why? Because she represents righteousness in society and caring for humanity. I can't for the life of me understand why I'm doing this. I'm trying to help society. I'm trying to help humanity. That makes all the sense in the world. Then me just say, I have no idea why I'm doing this. You're doing your calling. Okay? I'm answering the call. Simple. Now I know that, I don't have that question no more. But he was also exposed to what? Eastern mysticism. So he learned some things while he was in Africa. Watch this. Which also exhorts the necessity to develop the capacity, you ready for this? For compassion and love in order to attain, you ready? Spiritual enlightenment. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, we're coming now. I don't know who that is. Don't know you. Nope, don't know. Okay, but again, compassion. Caring about somebody other than yourself. Love, showing it because you can receive it. Okay, that's the difference. And when society don't have that, it will suffer.
Every time you speak.
Simple as that. And what our society did, when it uses that, it went. Right now, we have no love for each other. We got family members that don't love each other. So we talking about society loving each other. It makes no sense. God damn it. All right, excuse me. But where we at? Okay, love and care. But with Maya, with compassion and love for humanity, and you throw in Maya, righteous living, philosophy that you can live by and practice, 42 negative confessions, what you haven't done to your friend, your neighbor, loved one, everybody can live in harmony. And they did that for thousands of years. What I'm teaching you comes from that philosophy. Understand that. That's why I'm breaking it down for you. And watch this. He attempted to discover what? The mystical love upon which Christianity claimed to be found on, and to raise the awareness of what? This aspect of Christianity. When the Gnostics had Christianity, it was knowing God. When the Catholics took over, They didn't want that philosophy. They instituted their own. They changed the philosophy to a dogma. We're telling you, don't do this, don't do that. Commandments. Moving on. And as he saw the lack of such awareness in the Western practice of the Christian faith, religion, and it contributing to what? Western culture, inability to love humanity. You got a bunch of, where we at? Okay, where we at? Humanity. Your boy, like Joel Austin, taught that love, and yeah, he got millions and millions of dollars that people give him. When the crisis hit, a hurricane, tornado hit, he didn't let them come to his place. They messing up my church. Really? Perfect example. No humanity. Okay, he worried about his church when people outside need somewhere to refuge. I thought the church was the place of refuge. So all this jibber jabber, they don't back it up. They don't walk the walk that they talk. So that's why I don't associate with that concept. Moving on. And watch this. His other works included theological studies from Indian thought, and it developed in 1935, circa night translated in 36. The kingdom of God and the primitive Christianity. The Christians was God conscious, the Gnostic Christians, not the Catholics. In 1967, translated in 68, the mysticism of Paul the Apostle. From that book. In 1930, translated in 1931, and then you had the autobiographical Out of My Life and Thoughts, which was 1931, translated in 33. But now, watch this. Here we get to the good part. The problem of inability to love and care in civilization develop when it is not managed or cease to be managed by what? True leader with compassion for the people. You got these leaders who selfish with the capacity to just care for themselves. Okay, that's bad leadership. You need leadership with capacity to care for others. That's the kind of leadership that my man is showing in Africa, and they got a problem with that. Why? They don't want that. Moving on. And to be compassionate to others. To actually give a damn. He cared about his people. He don't give a damn about politics. He don't give his people. And they don't like that. It is often not so, often not realized, that what the concept of the word civilization, it really includes the term civility. Civility, which means what? Courteous behavior, caring, concern, courteous politeness, a courteous act or utterance. The American Heritage Dictionary says caring and compassion are expressions of spiritual consciousness and awareness of the divinity in all. I just talked to a young kid today, one of my students, and he said why this young boy don't want to go to church, young kid don't go to church. Why? Because they feel like something is missing, something that ain't right. But you don't need to go to church to find God. You find God in your deeds, in your daily activities, and you will be rewarded. If you do something right, you get rewarded. You do something wrong, you got to pay for that. Once you come to grips with that, you can start living your life according to that. That's a philosophy that you can practice, not a bunch of don't do this, don't do that. No, you can do yourself. I fellowship with Christians, Muslims, and Jews every week and don't follow none of their dogmas. Why? I got my own. That doesn't mean I can't fellowship with them. That doesn't mean I can't hang out with them. That doesn't mean I can't sit and chill with them. That's why. When you have self-knowledge, when you got yours together, I ain't worried about nobody turning me to a Muslim when they give me Islamic information and knowledge. I listen, I pay attention, that's fine. Moving on. That's how you do it. And everybody has the right to do, think, and be whatever they think is best for them. That's the real definition of free will. God don't tell you what to do. Have at it. But I reward you when you do what's right. I'm going to punish you. Ain't that what the parents do? That's what I got from him, from my mom, the same thing. Moving on. Sorry. But that's the idea. You control that. Oh, I'm Christian, so God, I'm blessed because I'm a Christian. No, you're not. No, you're not. And Muslims, y'all ain't no different. So stop with that because you this. No. How you live. That's all. That's what they're showing you. A civilization that's living, prospering, and better. Why? When everybody collectively is doing the same thing. If you're doing this, he's doing that, there's chaos. Moving on. We know that that's not order. So therefore, watch this. Okay, I'm good. So therefore, compassion. Excuse me. Where we at? Okay. Therefore, the mystical studies. That means the esoteric teachings that I give you. That's called mystical studies, and it's spiritual, perceptive, encompassing what all humanity, transcendent religion, meaning it past religion, are imperative for. Excuse me. Imperative. It's imperative for what? For any true leader of any society or civilization, and any society who does not have such a leader, well, what happened? Will be bent on greed, power, pleasure seeking, and opposed to human ethical issues. Who that sound like? We got that clown right there in power. How did he get in power? 77 million people put him there. But this is the quality that we exhibit, that he's exhibiting. So he's not a good leader. So we cannot prosper. I've been telling you that's why I know we're going straight to hell in the handbasket. Look what we're leading by. Burkina Faso growing, America going to hell. Look at the leadership. Young black man, take care of the people. An old white man, holds in the people, thinking about himself. You ain't got many years left on the earth. You may just shut up and sit down somewhere. All you want is more. You're a billionaire. You want more. For what? I guess you're going to buy years for your life. It don't work that way. Moving on. Money don't buy nothing. Such a society, which is white America we live in today, will be eventually doomed in what? Self-destructive, because this clown is taking us down with him because he don't know no better. And because this way of life promotes degraded culture, ignorant people, selfish people, instead of respect for life. We are suicidal. We're self-destructive. That's more going on than anything, or anything bad and wrong, we will invest in it. If it's good and right, we don't want that passed. That's why I got a bunch of you. I never go mainstream. What? They don't want this. I know that. But consequently, for that action of our leader, we become collateral damage. And consequently, under those conditions, people will develop the capacity to what? Be able to hurt others and to achieve their own material goals. I want to be the president. Okay, you're the worst president ever, but you want to be president. You ain't president with your material. Obviously, why? You got the job and you fail. Excuse me. Again, material goals. Personal, perpetuating what? That cycle of vice, violence, mistrust, and hatred, leading to war. And we headed there? World War III on the doorstep. Why? Because this clown about to start it. Diseases, poverty, and suffering. We supposed to be the world power. We got more homeless people. We got more criminals. We got more everything. Hey, how the hell you be the world power? That's a bunch of... Calm down, dude. You really getting excited. Yeah, pump me. I'm feeling it. So I had to calm myself down. See, ain't nobody here but me, so I get a little loud. You hear yourself holler. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, that's how passionate I am, and it gets me like that. So just get back to the lesson. And we suffering. We're gonna continue. If we keep doing dumb stuff, you can't get good out of bad decisions. This, of course, cannot be called a productive civilization. It's in decline. It's in decline. It is a form of culture which is struggling to what? To discover itself. Why? It don't know who the hell it is. We've been led by bad people. We'll never become conscious being led by these kind of people. And what's this? It's in the process like a child. What's this? With matches. Scooby-Doo, what roll? It burns itself. Again, self-destructive, and also others in the process of it. What? Of its learning experience. It's going to make some mistakes, and we're going to have to suffer through the mistakes. We collateral damage when we put the wrong leader, and that's what we've been having for a while now. Let me wrap this up. Get out of that concept. So we talking about civilization and why they fall. Bad leadership. Everybody know that, and we got one now. We ain't rising. We ain't prospering. We going straight to hell, like my grandmother said, in the handbasket. And he took the brake off, so we going nonstop for the next 4 years. So, civilization, calm down. It means coming together of a group of people to what? Organize themselves and to promote the general good. Where they do that at? Not households don't do that. I'm just saying. This they do by using technology to facilitate their activities We're going to what? I told you 50 years ago, think. It ain't illegal yet. When they get AI up and running, if they catch you thinking, they may lock you up. Moving on, I'm just saying. Now, at one time, that was an impossible thought. Jesus Christ, 50 years later, I'm saying, oh, Scooby-Doo, roll. That's not good. So understand this. And watch this. It perpetuates a lifestyle. What sustains civilization, there you go, is an ethical, mayat, social order and conscious. And they spell conscious, you ready? CONSCIENC. That's the heart conscious, becoming aware of what? Heart mind coherence, becoming one. And the ethical social conscious, again spelled that way, meaning you becoming aware, comes from an underlying spiritual basis that recognizes all life as being sacred and one. Everything comes from the one. Again, that's never changed. And the philosophical insight, which I have, which will allow all human beings to what? Realize that all life is sacred, and is the fact that the universe promotes the continuation of life in all aspects, be it animal, vegetable, or mineral. Spiritual consciousness, spelled the other way now. Why? Because this one up here. Spiritual consciousness is what? Is of spirit, spiritual consciousness is predicated upon what? The idea that even death, listen, is not the final reality. An ignorant person, they hear death, that's it. Well, we died, that's it. That's ignorant of your spiritual concept. Why? The spirit can't die. If you don't know that, then you probably scared to die. You think that's it. The Egyptians knew better. That's my point. They knew a lot more than we ever thought. And your final reality ain't death of the physical body. That's another lesson. But watch this. But this can be proven how? Through the experience of what? Spiritual enlightenment. When you become spiritual enlightened, that means you know your spiritual self and you got knowledge of God, your higher self. So you know what? I can't die. All right? So the process of gaining spiritual enlightenment is achieved how? When a human being discovers what lies beyond their physical mortal existence. That's why spiritual is mental. It ain't physical. As well as C, African religion was the first to proclaim this discovery and the means for which all human beings can achieve its realization. By what? Knowing thyself. This spiritual enlightenment, again, Nihas, is the authentic basis for all civilizations. We started the damn thing, okay? And until societies achieves this general awareness so that it is promoted in its policies, its inventions, its technologies, and its activities, its institutions, it cannot be considered to have achieved the status of civilization without these things in place. And philosophy is the most important factor influencing the development of a culture. This way, right thinking, belief system dictates whether a culture will develop a civilized institution and promote life, or institutions of ill repute that promote destruction, self-destruction, leading to ignorance, slavery, greed, and other vices, barbarism, self-familiar, and this is today. Thus, civilizations in any outgrowth of well-ordered and spiritually based culture, a culture without a good working philosophy that affirms universal divinity cannot develop into a civilization. Why? Just as a mother expresses love for her child by what? Taking care of it, showing it of the child and the culture that takes care of the people. Social needs is a living culture, and if that's not being done, you can't consider it a culture. And right now, modern times, I'm about to take you to what they call the standard of what constitutes a civilization. A culture is a group of people. We got pockets all over. Every state got their own little culture thing going on. Everybody do something different, okay? That wasn't happening ancient. Everybody pretty much that, but it was the same practice. And it was respected. That's why it prospered. And when it changed, that's when it declined. So understand it right from wrong, and you can see right, good, wrong is bad. That's the lesson. I'll be right back with, let's find out the standards of what constitutes a civilization. I think it's 9 things. Yes, 9 of them. I'll be right back. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I'll never know that my right thinkers have passed away. We're going to learn about our civilization and how to be a better culture. That's what I do for you.